All right, y'all. Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. This is Spirit of Ra Yvette. You are tuned into the Right Now Show. Again, Spirit of Ra Yvette, Right Now Show. And I wanted to go ahead and bring this recording, this live recording to you guys. I apologize. I did not put out an alert because, number one, I'm driving to go and get my young king and his girlfriend and take them to this little basketball court or whatever. So spending time with the youth, with my son and his friends or whatever, that's definitely something that anytime I'm available and I'm off or whatever, I always try to make time to make sure that they're doing something constructive, fun, and what they want to do, at the end of the day. So, anywho, just wanted to make that little disclosure. So, I'm driving, and I didn't even have time to get on Facebook and try to post to alert people to let them know that I'm going live right now. But I really wanted to go ahead and do this podcast. Now, I ask that you bear with me because I haven't, written anything down, and this is something that just came to me as I was driving because I had something going on, and I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. And it's simple, but at the same time, it made me think about life, how we think about things, and the way that we react to the things that happens to us. And not only that, how what we believe becomes how we're able to perceive. Or we are what as we believe is what we perceive. And so I'm sure everybody knows what that means. They say as a man thinketh, so is he. And so with that in mind, it made me go back, and I'm always reflecting. It may be my childhood or just something I've been through as an adult. And so I always go back to my childhood and I reflect because one thing that I realized as I came into my reawakening was a lot of the traumas and the mindset that I had developed definitely stemmed from my childhood, how I was raised and the experiences that I went through, the people that I was around, the things that I were taught to believe in. And I won't even go into those details because y'all know I say it all the time. All of those things played a major role in the reconstruction, because that's what they did. They reconstructed me and reprogrammed me and took me out of my divine way of thinking, and being, because I was a child, and they probably didn't know any better, and so I'm not faulting nobody. I still take accountability for everything that has transpired in my walk, here in this earth, in this dimension. And so what I wanted to go ahead and say, y'all bear with me here. Y'all know I can go on and on about little stuff, be straying off the subject, but bear with me. I'm going somewhere with this. So yeah, and I was reflecting on my childhood, and the little incident that occurred with me made me reflect on my childhood, and I'm going to tell y'all what it was. So, I know you guys have heard of superstitious tales, right? So, we got these generational curses, and we got these beliefs, and just so many different cycles of stuff that, wasn't even supposed to be, ours. It wasn't even how we were supposed to be thinking and acting and behaving, etc. But because of all of this stuff that was programmed into us, we truly believe in these things, and these things actually happen to us because we solely believe in it. And so I'm driving down the street, and I be damn, excuse my language, my damn left eye started jumping. And y'all know I was raised in a superstitious household. My foster father was military. He was an ex-Vietnam War, and the mother was a military wife, and she kind of ran her own business and we cleaned houses for, okay, because are you gonna go? Y'all excuse me, I'm driving this fool sitting here, and it was his turn. Then when I get ready to go, he gonna pull off. And so anyway, you know, she had her hands in a lot of things. She cooks for people. She catered. She did a lot of stuff. And so, you know, they had their stuff how they wanted it. And, you know, I grew up on a big beautiful house on 2.5 acres of land. We had every fruit you could name. We had a garden. We had animals. We had all kinds of stuff. And, you know, so all of that was lavish, you know, as far as on the outside looking in. But when I tell you, these people, especially the man, my foster father, he had me believing in so much stuff. So he used to tell me that if your left eye jumped, it meant that, and my grandmother as well, my foster grandmother, she also backed a lot of the stuff up that was taught to me. And she also was the one who invoked it and told me things. And I still to this day hold on to some of those things. I'm not going to lie and fake. And so my left eye started jumping, and I remember he said that if your left eye was jumping, somebody would make you mad or something bad would happen. And so I'm like, damn. And I mean, when I say y'all right now as I'm speaking, it's fluttering, just fluttering. So something just said you need to check your thoughts. You need to check your thoughts. You know, you're still believing in those old superstitious tales. And even though things may not always go your way, it does not make it bad. And even if somebody does something that you don't like, you don't have to get mad. You know what I'm saying? What I'm realizing and what I'm saying to you is that that definitely has played it has been very effective. Those superstitious tales, they've been very effective. The programming has been very effective. Oh my God, I have literally sat there and played into this left eye thing jumping, and I mean this has been years, like since I was a kid, and I have seen where I have thought so far off into it, and I believed it so much until exactly that was happening to me. Every single time I fed off into those thoughts and into those superstitious tales. And so I had to check myself just now as I'm driving down the street, and I had to remind myself that those are just superstitious tales. Those are just some other person's belief, something that they made up, maybe because of something that they experienced. And though I have respect for it, I do not respect the fact of how we pass these type of cognitions, these ways of thinking, these old superstitious tales and beliefs and fables and stories that came, you know, regardless. And I respect my elder. I love them to death. That's all I hung around, and I still hang around a lot of older people. I learned so much, things that were very profound, and that it has been a blessing, and it has actually served me on my journey. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, we definitely, in my opinion, let me come back, I believe that it is so time for us to stop passing these types of thoughts and ways of thinking, or however you want to put it, down to our, you know, just generation after generation. And so I said to myself, I said, you have to have a mindful reaction now to whatever it is, whatever traumas that you are healing from right now. You're going to have mindful reactions to them, because it's not just going to go away overnight. I've been battling these type of mindsets, these ways of thinking. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain it to you. And I got chills right now, because people don't, you know, may not understand how serious this work is, how serious this inner work is, and how serious it is to uproot all of this programming that has been done. And so I have to say, I commend everyone on their journeys who are being the corrective action, not just talking about it, but actually being it, and actually going through that struggle, or that endurance and that fight and that battle to heal yourself and to reconstruct your own mind at this point. Because you've already, you know what I'm saying, they reconstructed us when we came in, you know what I'm saying? So now we're trying to reconstruct ourselves again. We're trying to rebuild ourselves back up into our divine way of thinking and being. And so I'm very grateful for the progress that I have made. But man, let me tell you, the work is not nearly over. The work is not nearly over, because my left eye sitting here jumping, and for me to even go to playing off into that way of thinking, it just lets me know that I still have a lot of more work to do. And so now what I'm able to believe and tell myself and think and see it be, because this is not the first time. However, I didn't come up with this mindful reaction. It didn't hit me until right now. Now I am able to actually accept the fact, watch this, y'all. I'm able to accept the fact that something negative may happen to me, okay? I'm able to accept it now, because at first it was like you just want to combat all negative things. Oh my gosh, especially when you think you so spiritually awakened, you know what I'm saying? When you so conscious and so woke up, whatever, I already know how I go. That ego will have you so dosed up, so doped up, you'll be thinking like you out here like Neo in the Matrix, just dodging shit, you know what I'm saying? But baby, let me tell you, that is all a fallacy. That is false. If anybody is telling you that, I'm here to tell you the whole truth, or I'm here to give it to you raw and let you know based upon my experience and my understanding and the things that I'm seeing and the work that I'm doing. It don't happen like that. It's gonna hit you probably harder. It's gonna hit you probably harder. You know why? Because all of that stuff gotta be checked. It gotta be corrected. It gotta be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with that stuff. All this stuff that you think you're gonna be you just gonna start gravitating, you know, towards, you know, some high and holy existence. That, I mean, wow. I mean, congratulations if so, and I wish you the best on that journey. But let me tell you something. We got to deal with these thoughts, man. We got to deal with these beliefs. We got to deal with this programming. We got to deal with these traumas. And we have to deal with the way that we react to what's going to happen, because guess what? Those thoughts going to manifest. And those thoughts, you will see it in your existence one way or another. You may not recognize it, but you'll start to recognize it when it's time. Because I promise you, I bumped my head about 25 times on the same lesson over and over and over. And then when I finally went back and reflected, oh my gosh, when I finally went back and reflected, I can just sit there and see in my process where I kept going through that same thing, and I still wasn't getting it. And I could see where I was getting a little closer and a little closer. So I'm very close now. I'm very, very close now. My understanding is so broad and so divine, and I give so much thanks to my creation for it and for allowing me to be able to pay attention. You know, even though I kept getting it. I kept being off, you know what I'm saying? Like I just kept missing little stuff here and there, because I just didn't want to pay attention. You know, I'm hard-headed. I want to do what I want to do. Ain't nobody finna tell me nothing. I don't care about what done happened. I'm gonna make it happen the way I want, and I'm gonna do it my way. And I've always been like that, and I probably won't never change when it comes to that. I've always been the type of person to say, I'm doing it my way. You know, I really don't have no extra respect besides the little that I have to give in order to get by in this matrix. You know, when it comes to authority, what they call themselves, you know, the people that's so empowered or whatever. I really never truly had any type of nothing for nobody, you know. And I've never allowed anybody to stand over me, and I damn sure ain't never liked for nobody to try to control me and tell me what to do, even when I was a kid. So this has been a process for me for a very long time, since I can remember in this incarnation. And so being mindful of how I'm going to react to whatever it is that transpires in this physical existence for me, I accept it. You know what I'm saying? I accept it regardless if I like it or not. I accept it. I accept it, and I move on. I move on at the speed that I'm able to, you know, according to however I'm able. If I'm able to shake back real quick and not dwell on it and think about it so much, and, you know, go off into the, oh, this was bad and why this happened to me, and, you know what I'm saying, I didn't deserve this and ... See, all of that stuff matters, because the more When something negative happens to you in your life, or when you feel that something bad is happening to you, or even if you like, dang, it just keep happening